Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. But you look at this Bronco defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. The Raiders at 9-7 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he's up to the 47.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On first down, it's Watson. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now Watson going to change the look here. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Mayer, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Off play action. Wilson steps away. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. A first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick? Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And that he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
He'll hit Mostert again here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's Wilson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that is intercepted. Or was it?
Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Jacobs going to try the middle, shedding through the defense. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Sam Williams bringing him down that time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 66 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Watson, off play action. He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. The left side throw complete to Adams. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams. His 104th career touchdown. One shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On second down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson now to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McLaughlin. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The give is to McLaughlin. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. To throw is Wilson. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it's Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now. And I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now Watson. That's caught by Myers. Touchdown! Jacoby Myers, 27 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Moore, the man in motion. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Faking the give. Now Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On the handoff, this is Jacobs, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out of the end zone comes Smith. Oh, good return up past the 30. Powering his way forward. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. Down to about the 22 here. Here's 2nd and 3. On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing is Wilson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Wilson will throw again. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Lutz good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Watson. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Again, it's Watson. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. To throw on 2nd is Watson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit, because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. Look at the big man rumble! And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Watson on first down. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That play, it looked like trouble from the very beginning, and it wound up being even bigger trouble than they anticipated.
Yeah, and instead of cutting his losses on the play, I think what happens here is receivers get so excited about this play call with a chance to run with it.
And now here is another interception. Inside the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. And And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the two-point conversion. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now it's Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
To throw again is Wilson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On second down, here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
Well, when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for Las Vegas, they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7.
And that is...
today. From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Kansas City. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Once more, Adams on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Adams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 67 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff running through the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
There's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
They run over center with Collins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Tomlinson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pope. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. Tomlinson. He can't get him down. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle. Adams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Again, here's Adams. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. On 1st down, this is Adams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now a handoff up the middle. Reeves. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. On 2nd down, it's Reeves. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Tomlinson under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now they'll change things up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reeves, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Up the middle they go. Reeves, and he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And they're going to speed things up here. On 2nd down now, it's Reeves. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
2nd and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Reeves. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
On 1st and 10, Tomlinson. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson under pressure. They got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Oilers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Fighting his way through contact. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Reeves, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Up the middle they go. It's Reeves, and this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. 83 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And quickly they get to the line. On 3rd down, it's Reeves, and he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that? And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Oilers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Looking to throw. Tomlinson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. Back to throw. Tomlinson. Can't can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Tomlinson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season.
And the Oilers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
The slot man in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Tomlinson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he'll elect not to. Return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll run on first down. Robertson. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Oilers extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
KC's offense ready to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Second down and 8.
Looking to throw. Tomlinson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Pope. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Back to throw. Tomlinson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw again. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. He's got his man on the crossing route. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. Operating from the gun, Tomlinson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Out to his left. And he fends him off. Herbert has it knocked free. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really. Yeah,
I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained